fudge nuggets. Ah, shin splints. Oh, go eat a bag of dillweed.
What? People totally say that.
Yes, I love working with children. Yes, I love to swear. And no, I don't swear
when I'm working with children.
So I've received some comments lately, some loving and well-meaning comments that basically said,
Grace, you really need to stop being so inappropriate on your channel. Like, no one's ever gonna hire you to work with kids if they think you swear like a sailor.
And you know, I see where these people are coming from. But here's why I think they're wrong. So first off, let's imagine some teacher who is potentially interested in hiring me actually did stumble upon my YouTube channel, unlikely, and say they noticed that in some of my videos I said some inappropriate things. One would hope that this individual would realize that YouTube is my own personal online platform for self-expression and that it's not necessarily representative of how I might behave in a classroom. So here's the deal, y'all. Basically, we all have multiple personalities.
No, not like the disorder. Just called dissociative identity disorder, by the way.
Just that we all express different parts of ourselves depending on the context we find ourselves in. For instance, I would imagine that you might wear a different outfit to the gym than you would to a wedding. Another example is I love to talk in silly voices. Would I do this with the kids I'm babysitting? Yes. Would I do this at a job interview? And not so much. Cool, you guys get it. We behave differently in different contexts. So while I don't swear when I'm teaching children, and I don't encourage children to swear in the writing that they do in my workshops, I do encourage them to try not to censor themselves in other ways. All of us have an internal censor or an inner critic that tells us that something isn't good enough, or it's weird, or it's not what people expect of us. And that inner censor gets in the way of our creativity. I've had students say to me,
Grace, this is a little dark. I don't know if I should keep going.
Oh no, little Sally, you should bottle all that up until you have a serious mental breakdown when you're 25.
So, yeah, no, I don't say that. Like, dude, I'm a slam poet. Free speech is like why I live, you know? So all of this got me thinking.
Grace, why do you swear so much? You're a writer. Can't you find other ways of saying stuff?
And I started thinking about my childhood.
Oh God, no, is she gonna talk about her childhood?
So for most of my early life, from the time I was 3 till the time I was like 13, I went to this super strict, religious, repressive, oppressive school. They were so strict, in fact, that we were forbidden to say, oh my God, because we couldn't use the Lord's name in vain. So we had to say things like, oh my golly, oh my goodness, and oh dear. Every once in a while, I'll catch myself saying something like that. Like I'll be walking down the street and I'll trip and I'll say, oh dear.
Grace, why do you talk like an old lady sometimes?
I have some unresolved issues from my childhood, okay?
When I'm not saying oh golly or oh dear, sometimes I love to just drop a nice F-bomb. I remember when I was little, I was talking to my mom and I was like,
hey, why do swear words exist if we're not even allowed to use them?
And she said, well, I think they're used to express really intense emotion. And I think that in the right context, they can be very effective at doing that. That's why sometimes when I'm talking about some emotional stuff, like the tyranny of the makeup industry, or the diet and fitness culture in this country, or the leader of this country, or basically anything that's going on in the world right now, I like to drop a little F-bomb sometimes, you know? Makes me feel better. And like, dude, I've tried being other people. It sucks. So at this point in my life, I'll be damned if I'm not gonna be myself, you know? So, yeah, be yourself. Or, you know, just repress all of your emotions and get ulcers.